90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days star David Murphy's actual cause of death has been revealed, it wasn't cancer that killed him. David was first seen in season 4 in 2020. The season was an instant hit among reality TV fans due to its interesting mix of cast members and storylines. But David's relationship with Lana Svetlana from Ukraine got a lot of attention. David had two 16-year-old cats, Mothra and Gamera, on the show. He admitted he was into Slavic beauties and became a fan of the Slavic accent after watching Boris and Natasha cartoon shows. David and Lana had an age gap of 33 years. He had found her on a foreign dating site. He worked as an SR systems programmer for Clark County in Nevada. His dream was to retire early and sell his possessions to buy an RV. David had dated over 100 Ukrainian women in his lifetime. He also claimed to have spent nearly $300,000 on his Ukrainian adventures. David had been talking to Lana for 7 years. David was ghosted by Lana several times until he met her in person on the show and got engaged. In May 2021, David returned to Instagram after a long break. He hadn't posted since December that year. His comeback post after 5 months of being away from social media was all about "I'm back." David had some terrible news to share. David's father had passed away just a few weeks ago. David's father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in December 2019. It progressed quite quickly to the point that he wasn't himself most of the time. David's father also had other health issues, and doctors had given him 2 to 5 years. However, David's father fought the condition and was able to live for more than 6 years. It was his heart problems that eventually led to his death. David felt that his father was fortunate to have died from heart issues. David didn't want his father to live with Alzheimer's for more years, since it would have been awful for him to watch. David explained that people who have seen or know any Alzheimer's patients would be able to understand him. David mentioned that it isn't easy for one to watch a loved one fall apart health-wise, especially with something like Alzheimer's. However, there was something that was bothering David. It wasn't just his father in his immediate family that had been a victim of Alzheimer's. David confirmed that 2 more people from his dad's side of the family also had Alzheimer's. David was afraid that he was going to have it too. He revealed that he was having problems with remembering things. "Sometimes, at this age, I have memory loss." Still, David was hoping for the best. In March 2023, David revealed he'd been ill and had not posted on Instagram for months. He said he had been in and out of hospitals for the last 3 months. David revealed he was in the hospital in November 2022 as well. This time, he was dealing with pretty much the same problems. "They don't know what it is," David added. He was informed that his liver wasn't working right. David remembered turning bright yellow and was just starting to get some color back to his face. David mentioned his gallbladder had to be removed, but the doctors couldn't do it before they could get his liver working properly. David had gotten multiple tests done. However, he had to reschedule a procedure because he had no one to pick him up from the hospital after it was done. "I just don't have those kind of friends here," he confessed. His doctors thought he had acute hepatitis. He wondered if it was from having contaminated water. "I have something going on with my pancreas too and kidneys," David said. David thought there was no reason for him to go to a cancer clinic yet. He had blood clots in his lungs and had been prescribed blood thinners. In November 2022, David did a similar Instagram live where he said he was in the hospital for a week. He thought he was getting a heart attack. He couldn't walk for more than 10 feet without feeling winded. David was told he had 2 blood clots in his lungs which were blocking oxygen supply in his system. His bile duct was also blocked. His liver and pancreas were also blocked. Fans woke up to the heartbreaking news of David's death on December 18, 2024. A selfie was posted on David's Instagram page and the caption said, "From the family of David James Murphy." David passed away at his home on December 11, 2024, after experiencing health issues over the last several months. The post did not get into details of David's death and what caused it. David was just 66 years old and the extent of his health issues was not known since David had made an appearance in a post by UWetsock in November 2024. TMZ confirmed David's health issues in a report about his death. They had sources reveal to them that David had liver cancer. It was diagnosed over a year ago. David had also undergone 13 surgeries in the last year. He was supposed to go under the knife again before he passed away. David looked very frail and unwell. He was still being social and seeing his friends and family before he died. David had lost a lot of weight from his illness. Sources mentioned to the publication that David often complained about not feeling well. The cause of death was revealed in a different story by TMZ. They claim that David died from heart-related problems. This includes cardiac arrhythmia and hypertensive cardiovascular disease. David also had a history of pulmonary embolism. It occurs when a blood clot in a lung creates a blockage. Following these findings, David's death has been ruled as a natural one. David's namesake, David Toborowski, was a dear friend to the Las Vegas resident. He commented on the post stating he had spoken to David about 6 weeks ago for a couple of hours. David had been hopeful that he still had more time. Meanwhile, David's 90-day fiancé, before the 90 Days co-star Tom Brooks revealed that he was only with David last week. Despite his health issues, David seemed to have maintained a healthy social life and had a tight circle of friends who brought him happiness as David approached the end of his life.